Welcome to Sweet Talk. This broadcast is brought to you by the Continuing Education Workforce Training Division of Idaho State University's College of Technology. This podcast is part of our continuing outreach efforts, and the format is conversational. We will be having conversations with businesses, professionals, entrepreneurs, community agencies, and, in all cases, difference makers. Now, let's get started with Sweet Talk. Hello, everyone. This is Jason, the Assistant Director at Continuing Education Workforce Training. Welcome to our episode of Sweet Talk. And I want to point out today we got Paul
Hello.
Dickey. You're back. Or I can stop teasing you now.
Yeah, I missed one episode.
You don't show up for one thing, and I never forget. That's all right. We have with us also today Lisa Marshall. She's the owner, founder, president of American Pet. And so welcome to the show, Lisa. But before we kick it off, I already said the word, but I got to do it official, right, Paul?
Officially. So meaning I forgot the timer, now I'm doing it now.
So welcome. And those few faithful followers that watch the show on a regular basis know that when I say welcome, we start the timer. Lisa, thank you for being here today. American Pet. So let's just kind of jump, first of all, right into it. Why don't you let us know what it is that you are the founder, owner, and president of?
So we're a manufacturer of hay products, very premium hay products for small pets, which include rabbits, guinea pigs, chinchillas, even some unusual pets like prairie dogs, which make very good pets.
Really?
And
whoa. I grew up in Wyoming, Lisa. It's ingrained in me that a prairie dog is never a pet. Is that real? People really have prairie dogs that are pets?
That's right.
Okay.
People have all kinds of pets, including skunks.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right. I'll let it go. Yep.
And we started, actually, we'll be in our 25th year in 2021. Our websites, you can check us out at americanpet.com. And we started, we were hay farmers with very high quality hay. And we had people from all over the world visiting our hay fields to see how hay was grown. And we realized that, wow, there's a real demand for this premium Timothy hay. And so we thought about starting a company, and it just blossomed from there. My kids and I sat at the kitchen table and brainstormed on names, and we came up with American Pet Diner.
American Pet Diner.
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 Oh, neat.
Yeah, so we're American Pet Diner Inc., but we dropped off the diner to make it quicker and easier to remember. American Pet.
Very cool.
So what is Timothy hay?
So Timothy hay is a grass hay, very, very high in fiber, very good for the digestive system of the small pet, rabbits, guinea pigs, and chinchillas, as well as horses. So horses have almost identical digestive tract, and they need that high fiber to gnaw their teeth down, which are constantly growing, and they need the high fiber in their digestion to help them stay healthy.
So was this just, I mean, I read a little bit on your website, so forgive me, but your family was sort of growing the hay already, right?
Yes.
So you guys were
looking. A hay farmer. Mm-hmm.
And were you looking for a new market for the hay, or how did this all of a sudden, because it was there, you were selling it, doing what hay farmers do, and then you decided to create a new market? Is that kind of how that went?
That's how it went. Yeah, we were already selling truckloads of hay to horse stables, individuals in the United States, and also exporting to other countries. And we said we need a value-added business, one that we can be our own rather than being just the same as everyone else's truckloads of hay.
Creating a brand?
And needing a brand.
Okay.
And so we started in 1996. We debuted the week that UPS went on strike. And they went on strike for 6 weeks, and we're like, okay, how do we get our product out? So it was a challenge.
So other than growing the hay, then, I mean, I guess there's a packaging part of this, right? I mean, because normally hay is accumulated in massive bales. So you had to create a packaging or a system or a line, not a manufacturing line, but a packaging line to process this and put it all. So you could drop it in UPS trucks, correct?
That's right. And so how do you get it to the consumer? And being a novice in packaging, the learning curve has been, continues. 25 years, and I'm still just in awe of all the really cool stuff that's on the shelf. And so you go to the grocery store and you go, wow, I want my product in that package. So yeah,
Wow.
we just, it was a challenge because hay is like kind of pokey and like little sticks, and it wants to poke through and tear the package. So you have to get a film, they call it, the plastic is a film that's thick enough that can hold the product, a way to seal it. And there's many different ways of sealing, either a clip, kind of like a bread loaf clip, or a twist tie. And then how to get the hay in the bags. So we called them mini balers instead of the big balers that are out in the field doing the hay. We had mini balers, and we're probably on our 21st, 22nd version of putting hay, compressing it to put it in the bag. And that's been a process of figuring out how to do that.
Have you had to outsource that, or have you been able to kind of create those mechanisms and those tools all in-house, or have you had to bring?
We've never outsourced any of our manufacturing. We still do it ourselves.
Wow.
And so in talking about it, I've got a few of the products behind me. And so
I
this is
see.
the bag. This is the hay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then this is the way to get it sealed, which is a clip.
Hey, so Lisa, you were selling the hay initially for horse feed. So
Yes.
what was the aha moment was, hey, we could do this for small animals?
Actually, it was going to the farm and feed store, and someone else had it on the shelf, and the hay was brown and ugly, very low quality. And we said, oh, we could do that. We could do a much better job. We have the premium product. And that was the light bulb. And then teaching the consumer that this is what they needed. Because in 1996, nobody knew, even some veterinarians and nutritionists did not know that Timothy existed, and that's what the animals should be eating.
Right.
There were some studies on it, and we knew that that's what they needed. The rescue groups, the people involved in rabbits knew that that's what they needed, but we had to educate the consumer to buy our product.
Okay, then that's next great follow-up question to that is how did you let the consumer aware of your product and the benefits of that?
Yes, and how do you do that in 1996 when social media was so
Right.
new?
Exactly.
Right. Well, internet, right? I mean,
The internet.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, 1996. Would we have AOL? Was that it?
Yeah, I mean, you still had flame gifs on people's websites back
right,
then.
right.
You had Yahoo, and you said, "What's Yahoo?"
Right.
So
I'm assuming trade shows and a lot of
we went to a
fairs
lot of
and
trade shows, and then you started a blog. You started a very archaic website, where you'd place things kind of in blocks, and do your blog, and then answer the phone all the time and educate.
No, why not?
Well, I guess one thing you might have had going towards your benefit is that people are passionate about their pets.
Yes, they are.
And a lot of people, love, they love the pets, and and I know you do go, what is the best thing for my pet? Blah, blah, blah. So I guess creating a blog, especially since you were creating a product that, didn't have a wide line, and I'm sure those other products didn't have blogs, that the audience found you that way.
Yes. Yes, the audience found us that way. A lot of mailers and advertising. There are certain trade journals that are targeted towards that type of pet, Rabbits USA. And so we'd advertise in that. We would advertise in actually the industry trade journals, so that the retailers, the store owners, and the distributors would find us.
Yeah. So you guys have, I'm sorry, Paul, but you have a large international customer base too, don't you?
Yes, we do. And in 1998, we started exporting to Japan, and we found that distributor through a trade show. And in 2002, we started exporting to Hong Kong, and it just led from there. We're in Singapore, China, South Korea. We're in Europe,
Wow.
in Canada, Mexico.
So Lisa, if I was to go into a pet store, I'd see your product on the shelf.
In some of the pet stores, sure. Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm going to look now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in Petco.
I guess the amazing thing to me is this. So you guys are based out of Buell, Idaho now, correct?
Yes, we are.
And it sounds like though your largest market is an international market, or have they evened out now? Are you?
That's right. Yeah, it's about 60% of our business.
Oh, wow. How do you, what makes the international market, do you think, is a larger market than the U.S. market? Is it just a larger, because you're going to all kinds of different countries, it's a larger population, or are they just looking for a better product?
That's right. So the international consumer understands quality. And so they really are more educated than the U.S. market. So U.S. goes for price, what's convenient, and that could be something that's less quality. But the international consumer just loves high quality, and they understand it. And that's why we do so well, because we have a premium product.
So having gone through this process, and like I think you mentioned earlier, so the learning curve in the packaging, the learning curve in the marketing, the learning curve in educating that's part of the marketing, but at the same time, you had to let people know why this was important. Out of all of those kind of experiences, which one did you, and this is an unfair question, maybe, I'm not trying to set you up, but which one was the hardest to overcome? Which was the biggest struggle through this thing?
I think the two things that are hardest to overcome is perseverance. Most new businesses fail within the first year.
Right.
Because people think, I have this idea. I have, my grandmother's barbecue recipe, and I can start a restaurant. And restaurants are notorious for failing. Because of that, you have to be a business person, but you have to persevere too. So if you don't go into it thinking you're going to be a millionaire in the first year, I'm going to make a really good living over the next 20 years by doing this. If you have a really good attitude going in, that I'm going to persevere, that can help you succeed. And was there a time when you just thought, okay, we're just going to wrap this show up, we're done with this? Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I have been dismayed over many times, when you spend a lot of effort and dollars on a new product and it doesn't take off. You doubt your instincts. So that is the second thing that I was going to say, that you have to really, really not spend too much money, on either an idea or a piece of equipment, or get yourself overextended. So you need to go in little steps. And that will help those two things, perseverance and being frugal.
Or limits, right? Knowing the limits,
Yes.
frugality, but it's limits, right? Knowing that we want to be here in 10 years, but you don't get 10 years overnight, right? So this is where we have to be in a year. We have to limit what we're doing so that we can achieve that goal in a year.
That's right.
So that's cool. And this is a family business.
Yes, it is.
That's cool. That's cool, right?
Yeah. So my husband raises the hay, helps us with the machinery and the operations. My kids have always supported and come and work for me. My daughter is studying marketing business at college, and hopefully she'll come back and put a good charge into the company.
Right.
So yes, it's always been a family business. And actually it was started with the idea of a way to keep my kids home, and I don't have to go and put my kids into babysitting and daycare. So I always had my kids around me as the business grew.
Oh, that's nice. So, you've been in business, you said 25 years, is that correct?
That's right.
What are some of the most, most rewarding parts in that 25 years? Something that you always remember from the business and going, that's a moment that I knew that we were successful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's really a hard one, because there really wasn't. There was incremental steps that were wins. When you get into a big retailer like Petco, and they take your product. I remember my aunt was so supportive of me, and she said, "Did Petco call?" And the pet industry is a very small industry. It's very hard to make those steps. And so I would say that was one of the best moments in 2012.
Wow. So because the national chain said, yes, we'll carry your product.
Mm-hmm.
That must have been the kind of rewarding, kind of like, hey, let's all go out to dinner and celebrate.
Yes.
Well, and then I imagine that's a great celebratory moment, but I'm just curious if the next thought in your head is, oh my goodness, how we're going to do this now.
Exactly. So then, well, let's roll up the sleeves and get to work. How are we going to make this happen?
That's right. This is a great thing. Wait a minute now.
Hey.
How do I do this?
Yeah. Welcome to Petco. We place an order
You're in the headlights.
for 10,000 units.
So you guys have moved. You again on your website. You started in Eureka, Nevada.
Yes.
And ended up in Buell, Idaho. And you were able to grow the same type of hay in Buell that you were in Eureka?
Yes, we still source hay. We still have family in Eureka, Nevada. Most of our product comes from there. Mm-hmm. They're at 6,000 feet, really a high, optimum place to grow the high quality. Oh. So the reason why we moved is because of employees. It's a very, very small town, and although there's a lot of farming, the community economy is steered by the gold mines that are in Eureka, Nevada county. And two or three of the larger mines shut down at the time, and there just was no employees.
Right.
And so if we were going to grow, we had to move.
So I just found this out this weekend. So I have a Eureka, Nevada almost connection.
Oh.
You ready? And I'll be honest with you, I didn't bother to look it up on the map to see in Nevada. But my wife and I, we were this weekend, we were talking, and she was talking. My wife's been a school teacher, and everyone on this who listens to the show knows this. And she's been teaching now almost as long as you guys. Well, actually, as long as you guys have been in business. She was back before internet. She graduated college, and she got certificates, in all the western states, Nevada, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, and she was looking for a job, and you had to go to a job posting board, and there was a job posting for a teacher, English teacher, secondary ed, in Eureka, Nevada. And she said it took her forever to find it on the map, and then she realized, no, I don't want to move there. My understanding is it's a long ways away from anything else. Is that correct? Eureka, or yeah.
It is. It's a whole living experience all on its own, because although there is a grocery store there, most everything else is 100 miles away in Elko to do your shopping. And so most people devote a weekend, a month to go do their big shopping.
Sure.
So what made you choose Idaho?
I'm sorry, you broke up, Paul. You broke up.
I'm sorry. What made you choose Buell, Idaho?
Buell is very near Twin Falls, Idaho, and we would come in the spring every year to do our farm shopping, get ready for the season. And I just fell in love with the area. My husband did too. All of the tulips blossoming in April, and the people were just all so nice, and the climate was very good. So it's just a place. When we were looking for a place to move, we did look at many different areas. Every time we traveled, we said, could we live here? Could we move the business here? But Southern Idaho just kept calling us.
That's good. That's good. Well, our timer just went off, Lisa. So we did hit our 20-minute mark, but Paul, you want to ask the standard question at the end?
Yes. Lisa, if people want to reach out to you, connect with you, how would they do that?
You can reach out to me through our website at www.americanpet.com, or you can email us at info@americanpet.com, or you can get on our Facebook.
Okay, excellent.
All right.
At American Pet.
Yeah, you just type in American Pet, you'll find us.
Okay. All right.
Very
Excellent. Hey, just a quick question. I mean, you've been doing this for 25 years. You're selling products to small pets. Do you have any plans on expanding out of that as well?
Yes, so we're very comfortable with what we do in small pets. We offer, a wide range for them, but we've got some things on the burner. We're looking to bring a line of natural poultry products. The backyard poultry chicken market is exploding. With COVID, people want to know where their food comes from, so they're raising their own eggs. So we've got that's going to debut next spring.
I've seen more and more of those little hen houses everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. And then we've got some dog treat and supplement products also debuting next spring. So take a look for that.
I will look for those.
Okay.
So Lisa, I want to first of all just say thank you for being on the show. And I want to tell you, I think what just encouraged me today was just sort of that natural process, right? That commitment that says, we have something good. What can we do with it, or what more can we do with it? And just sort of that natural flow of once you sort of, one of the things I always at least try to pretend to live by is that phrase that, success breeds more success, right? You get that ball rolling, and that doesn't mean it doesn't come out with hardships or setbacks, but I think that's kind of what I'm hearing, at least about your business and your structure, is that success breeds more success. We had success with the Timothy Hay and the horse business. We looked for other opportunities, and we worked hard and committed and improved our processes, and more success and more success. And I find that part of this story really encouraging. And I want to thank you. Thank you for sharing that today.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, and and so many times we go into pet stores and you see products on shelves and you don't even think twice about it. But number one, it's a family business, and number two, it's an American family business that have grown and doing high quality products selling in America.
All of our products are made in the USA. We're very proud of that.
So, people should be buying local.
American.
We'll do the plug.
Buy from American Pet.
All right. Now, hey, thank you now for our loyal listeners. You don't need this information because I'm sure you get on our website and check it out all the time. But for those first-time listeners, please, Paul, you want to throw up the graphic?
Oh,
Do not. Yep, throw up the graphic, Paul. We got a graphic. We're getting big time, Paul. We're almost, look at that. So check out our website at cetrain.isu. Go ahead.
.edu.
There it is, cetrain.isu.edu. And our phone number is 208-282.
3372. Every time, Jason. Every time. Hey, you're getting really beat red there, man.
Big sign with the phone number.
I am the assistant director of this program, and I still can't get the phone number down. What is it? We're talking 2 years on this show. Hey, Lisa, thank you so much. Be sure to check her out.
Yes, thank you.
We'll include the links to her website in the descriptions of all the places we post this podcast. And again, thank you for joining us today, Lisa. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great.